What's up, people? Oh, this is just a mug. This is just a random mug. Wagwan Goldie in the building. I'm just sipping my tea. No product placement here. How are we doing, guys? 21 questions. I am your host, IC. I'm the host and founder of the Sit Down UK. And we do this every Thursday, 9 p.m., where we get a guest on every week and we unpack their story. It's all about unpacking and broadcasting amazing, inspiring stories, and just shining a light on people in our community doing amazing things. It's just simple as that. We have close to 68 now episodes. So if you want to check out any of those, please do check it out via our IGTV. I don't know what Instagram wants to call it now, but you can check it all out there, or click the link in our bio and you can check out our YouTube and you can just see all the content that we have there. If you see me and I've got my beard flex on, it's because I'm in work mode. I'm just giving up for our second live event of the year on the 30th of November with Henry Crucial, the presenter, DJ, content creator, doing amazing things. So we're going to be sitting down with her, a live event. So we're just going to be us and an intimate audience. Unfortunately, if you're listening to this and you don't have a ticket in your email, it's because the tickets are sold out. They are done. They are finished, finito. So you might not want to come to the door because there will be no tickets. However, if tickets do free up, we will let you know. And we've got a waiting list. So if you click on the link in our bio, it will go to our website and you'll see book tickets. And there's a waiting list where you can input your email. And if any tickets free up, we can let you know. All right. But yeah, let me just say hello to some people. Big up Shelly in the building. House of Metis, yo. Mrs. India meets Ghana. I like that. Storms. Oh, I thought it was Stormzy then. Storm. How you doing, Storm? Congrats on the wedding. But yeah, man, tonight's going to be fun. Big up Goldie. I'm gonna wait till she comes in so I can tell her why I picked her. But I'm coming over to you right now, Goldie. Don't mind me and my mug. Goldie! Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hey guys, hey.
You
Sorry,
okay?
yeah, there was just a bit of like a loading situation. Yeah.
No worries, no
Hi.
worries, no worries. How are you? Oh, you're still loading, actually. I think which internet are you using? Are you using, are you using tinfoil? Jake says, nice mug. Thank you. Okay, let me see. I'll try and connect again. Big up Thamesman. So talented. Guys, in the comment section, let me know how you're feeling this evening. Give me an emoji that sums up how you're feeling right about now.
Am I back in the
Hello.
building? Yes,
You are
I'm
in the
back.
building.
Yes. Not me
How are
looking
you?
dusty. Oh my God.
No, come as you are, man. Come as you are now. You're at home, so be comfortable.
But I mean, that picture that you guys posted of me and me now, two completely different people. So, but we move.
We're about real conversations. So this is how you are. Fine. We accept you. How are you doing? How's your day?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good. Just, was running about a little bit and I knew I had this. So I just had to make sure that.
Oh, back it.
Yeah. I don't really use Instagram Live, so this is like
Actually, you never.
new
Yeah.
territory for me.
Oh, really? Have you done any before?
I haven't done like an interview over Instagram Live or like discussions and stuff like that,
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for giving us the opportunity then. I appreciate that. Don't worry, we're going to be easy on you. Don't worry.
Okay, cool.
So the way this works is you've got up to about 21 questions, but you have one pass card. So if there's a question you don't want to answer, you can use your pass card.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
But look at your face. In the 68 episodes we've had only one person use that pass card.
Okay, cool.
So that lets you know we're not too harsh on you. We're easy. But you got this, man. You got this. So you know what? Big up to every single person that is joining us for 21 Questions with Goldie Quaker. We are going to have an amazing time. I picked Goldie because of this. I was watching Julie's Top 5.
Okay.
And you were just so, how can I explain? You just had a good light around you, man. You had a
Oh,
good light.
wow.
Like, you just seemed like a joyous person. And you kind of brought that to those episodes. And I just thought, and then when I did some digging and seeing what you're doing with Rinse and everything, I said, you're next up, man. You're next up, like, for real. Like, and,
Oh, guys.
21 Questions isn't always about, let's get the biggest person, let's get the biggest net. It's about just shining spotlights on people doing amazing things in their respective fields. And I think you are next up. I think within 2 years, max, like, you're just household. Do you know what I'm saying?
You're making me hot. Oh my God, I'm sweating. Oh God. Oh my God.
So I wanted to hear your story now. Sometimes we wait till we've hit the pinnacle and we're on Mount Everest. But no, I want to hear the journey in the middle, and I'll catch you at Mount Everest and we'll see how you are then as well. So this is where we are. So what we're going to do, hit you with a quick fire round, not too much thought into it. But yeah, we're going to hit you. So first one meal you could eat forever.
Oh, I really like ramen at this moment. I'm really into like noodles and that kind of vibe.
Like the spicy ones.
Yeah, spicy ones, of course. Got to have a little bit of pizzazz in there.
One thing we would never know about you.
I can sing. Well, I feel like I've told everyone now, innit? But I'm not going to sing on live. I'm not going to do that, but I can sing.
Come on, Goldie. Come on. Let's reason here.
I'm a shy person, guys. You know me, yeah?
I like you. What if you were to sing on the live right now, like as in now, what would you sing?
Yeah.
What song would you
honey,
pick?
I'm thinking maybe a little Alicia. Alicia Keys? Yeah, you know what I mean?
And what song what song in particular?
Diary. Shout out Mia, who's in the live as well. That's our like sing along when we're doing road trips. So Diary by Alicia Keys is definitely like the go-to.
Okay, Mia, if you want Goldie to sing on this live, just put a mic in the comment section. Yeah, I'll give her a bit of time just to prepare, just to be ready. But just put a mic. All right, cool. What time in the day is the best time to eat pancaking stew?
That's so mixed up. The best time to eat pancake is honey, versatile, anytime, I'd say, anytime.
And when was it that you first realised that that disgusting mix actually works?
It sounds disgusting, but it's not. Listen, it was lockdown, right? My mum made pancakes, and I think I'd gone for like a run because I was really obsessed with like running during lockdown, like everyone else was. And I came home and there was pancakes, and there's nothing to eat with the pancakes. But there was stew on the stove, so I just took a little dip. And I said, that's what's up,
And what were we talking? We're talking red stew with the meat.
Yeah, red stew. Had a little bit of meat in there, but just you don't add the meat. You just have the pancake and the stew.
Okay. What time in the day? What time in the day is the best time to have pepper soup and pizza?
Huh? Who does that? What?
You. You wrote it on your Twitter.
Oh yeah, do you know what? I do some mad things, I think that was probably at like midday. I do, because I don't really eat breakfast. I normally start eating from like 12:1. So probably midday vibes, 100%.
So that's when you start to eat the madness.
The madness starts to kick in, 100%.
Cool. I'm looking at the comment section. I'm so sorry, Goldie, but there's more mics than I expected.
No, you did that. Maybe at the end, I'll give you a 1-2 little bright.
Thank you. Grace,
maybe.
Thank you. That's all we ask. What is the killer song that you draw for when you're DJing? The killer song you draw for to mash up a dance. So nobody's dancing, but this is the song that you draw for.
To mash up a dance right now, in season right now, I think it would be a little bit of skilly bang. People love a little skilly bang these days,
Mm-hmm.
or a little cranium gal policy. You know what I
No.
mean?
Okay. Bringing out the tune then. I don't know none of them tune, but yeah, bringing out the tune then. What's the favourite interview that you've done so far?
With me interviewing someone,
Mm-hmm.
I would say my favorite interview so far would be right now. Mayokun, he was such good vibes. Like I didn't expect it. Like he was wow. He was
Yeah.
lit.
And do you ever get nervous before doing them?
Yeah, I mean, I got nervous before I jumped on this Instagram live. I actually get nervous, but sometimes, like, because sometimes I just do dumb things. For example, like one of the clips that I posted, I just started singing a TikTok, "Holy Spirit, activate," and I didn't even know he was on TikTok like that as well. So he started laughing, and it kind of loosened up the vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You kind
yeah.
of know what kind of energy you're gonna get.
Definitely. One thing that made you smile this week?
One thing that made me smile this week, this week, oh my God. I was on FaceTime with my friends who are actually in this, Mia and Fahir, and Mia has a dog, and her dog makes me smile, so that's what
Oh,
made me smile.
okay, cool. Big up, Tiffany Calver in the building.
Shout out TC in the building.
Didn't get my invite, but it's good. We are moving.
Oh my God, they both said me and me. Tiffany also made me smile this week actually as well. She said she was very proud of all the stuff I've been doing, so her too.
And yes, we
Shout
are.
out the
Yes, we are.
bestie.
What's been the hardest thing you personally have had to overcome in yourself?
I would say the hardest thing I'd have to overcome in myself would be, I would say like confidence. Like I feel like I come across as very confident.
Mm.
But more time I'm nervous. Like I get shy really easily. And I feel like sometimes when you're in spaces where you're around so many people who are doing lit things, you know what I mean? Like my closest friend Tiffany is a lit DJ, she's doing thing, you know? And I'm also around other people who are doing huge things. So it kind of makes you not compare, but kind of be like, oh my God, there's so much. I would definitely say that is one of the things that I've overcome.
What? Sorry, that part cut out. You said when you're around all those type of people, what do you think?
And sometimes it's like, you know, you be like, oh my God, like, am I good enough? Or like, you know,
Okay.
start to question yourself a little bit. But yeah, I feel like if you just believe in your source, I started to believe in my source, and yeah.
Love it. What are you most proud of then in believing in that source, in drinking that source with pancake and swirling it around? What are you now most most proud of?
I'm most proud of, I would say, maybe does it have to be like an event, or like, what could
Oh,
it?
no, anything that for you personally.
I would say I'm most proud of like my drive and determination. I feel like a lot of us see this creative industry, or like see what people are doing, and they don't realize the graft and how long you're going to be broke for until you start making money. So I would definitely say the determination is what I'm proud of the most.
Love that. Last act of service that was done for you. That's your love language. Last act of service that that made you tear up.
That's so mixed up because you've been on my Twitter.
Oh yes, I've been in and out of that.
The acts of service was I was having a really rough day, and I was just trying to figure out things in terms of like, you know, management maybe and stuff like that. And I had a conversation with a friend about it, and they like kind of was listening to me asking like hard hitting questions that, you know, you're not really ready to answer yourself, right? And then that person set me up like with a meeting with somebody who manages, I'm trying to say somebody, I'm not really trying to date it out.
Yeah, that's cool.
Also, you know, setting me up with somebody who is another manager, and I had a meeting and a sit down, and it was like really like helpful, especially. Good. And it's like I didn't even ask; it was just like they took it upon themselves to do it. So yeah, that would be it.
And why do those things mean a lot to you?
I didn't even notice that that was my love, like one of my love languages. I would always say like quality time and stuff like that, but I think when that happened, like sometimes like when you're going through something, or like you're really like stressed, and I'm the type of person that like I don't really like to talk about things a lot, so it kind of feels like you're on an island by yourself. So when somebody, you know, is gonna sound so dramatic, but when somebody's like bringing a speedboat to the island by yourself, innit, you're like, oh my God, how did you know I was here by myself?
Wow.
You know, it's kind of just like that kind of feeling, you know?
Love that. I like
Yeah.
that analogy. Can we have an island emoji in the comment section? Because I love that analogy. Yeah. Because they don't have to bring the speedboat, but when they do,
Yeah, I didn't, you know what I mean? You didn't know, like, cool, you heard me ranting. I didn't
yeah.
ask. You didn't know I needed it, but, you know, yeah.
Awesome. Who's your favorite character in Insecure?
Oh, my favorite character is, what's her name? Ah, she's one of the friends. Like, she's a bit chubbier, the chubbier friend.
Oh, damn. I can't remember her
I feel like
name.
that's me. Like, that she's just jokes. Like, she's just a good time, live her life. Honestly, she's not really too involved in the drama, in the
Yeah,
mix up,
yeah, yeah.
you know, but she's jokes.
I love her. I love her. Favorite bubble tea flavor?
Lychee. I love lychee. Lychee's my favorite fruit.
Oh, lychee.
It's a bit of
Uh,
an uptown fruit, but you know.
have you had the melon one?
No, I've had passion fruit because everybody used to talk about passion fruit,
Okay.
but you know.
Yeah, try the melon as well. Okay, I'm try melon. I'll try lychee. And last question is: if you could rap, because I know you can sing and rap, because you can do both. If you could rap, what would your artist name be?
Or it would be like either G Money. This is how you know I thought about
Oh
this
my
before.
gosh, you thought of this?
No, it would either be G Money, right?
Yeah.
Or like G Quakes or like Quakes, you know?
Ooh. Why G Money?
Because I just feel like like Goldie, yeah. No, this is how you can tell that I've actually sat and thought about this. Goldie is a bit of a gangster name, you know? It's like gold, like money. So G Money. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Come on, you need to bring this
Or
up. You need to
G
bring this.
Quakes, like, because
G
like
Quakes.
like when I come on the scene, I quake up the scene, you know?
Goldie.
Yeah.
So here's your platform. If you could give us a quick rendition of Alicia Keys.
No, guys, I'm so sorry. I know I promised that I could. I didn't actually promise that I might sing. Guys, I cannot. I can't do that. You know that. I can't do that. I gotta keep some things in my closet, you know.
Okay, cool. We'll allow you. We'll allow you. Big up everyone that's joining us for 21 questions with Goldie. Jokes, bare jokes. I want to ask you about growing up for you. There was a time when you used to perform in front of the family in the living room, and I wanted to ask you that how did that performing in front of your family? Because obviously, when you perform in front of your family, and that is the first wall, or that is the first line of critique, whether it was good, or whether it was bad, or whether you get encouraged or discouraged. But for you, just that little stage in childhood, how did it kind of shape you, growing up? And why were you performing? Why were you performing?
No, do you know what it is? It's like my mum has always been like super supportive of like I used to write poems and write songs and stuff. Until this day, she was like, "I wish I held on to like all the stuff that you like written used to like do." But when in terms of like performing in front of my like family, like it was majority like my cousins. Like I have a lot of older cousins. Like I'm kind of like the youngest stage of cousins that there is. So it was very character building because there's a video that I do occasionally on archive on my Instagram of singing in front of my cousins, right? And they're just laughing at me and I'm singing Amazing Grace and I'm thinking I'm going in. I'm thinking, yeah, sign me. And they just bust up laughing. But you know what? It's like at the end of the day, like your family, like if I just, do you know what it is? Like they found it funny, cool, but I knew that, you know what, I'm going to show these people one day I'm going to be a singer. At that point, I wanted to be a singer. I'm going to be a singer. And, you know, I feel like it's always coming from a place of love when it's family. Like, it's never really a place of like, oh, yeah, like, you're rubbish, you're not going to get better. But I feel like it builds your confidence, you know what I mean? Because if your family can laugh at you, I always find it awkward, like, performing or, like, DJing or singing or whatever in front of, like, people that I know. I'm more comfortable with doing it in front of people that I don't know because it's like, you don't know me. You know what I mean? You're not going to
Judge me
afterwards. So being able to have that kind of like comfortability with people that you can always have contact with, that you're always going to see in life, is different.
Oyinkanza says, I have that video saved with your orange top.
that trusty orange top and my little pot belly. Wow, good days, hey.
And Oyen, when we finish this live, Oyen, if you could just DM the Sit Down UK, we would love to have that footage. That would be absolutely gold. Secondary school, what was your favourite subject?
Music.
Okay.
You know, when you used to have music lessons and you'd have the piano to go, DJ, and like all of that. Yeah, that was my vibe.
You said in past interviews that you didn't really have a lot of friends.
Whoa, wow, okay. Do you know what it is? When I started secondary school, right, I've always been like kind of like bubbly person to a certain extent, but when I started secondary school, I don't know what it was. I feel like I was a bit of a neek. Like I didn't really. It's funny, but it's not funny, guys, because now I'm the cool whatever. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But I'm a bit of a neek, and I've gone to this secondary school, and I remember I had a god sister who went to the secondary school, right? And she used to be in with the cool girls, right? And because I was a bit of a neat, she never really wanted to hang with me, yeah? So it was sad. When you look back on it, it's kind of sad. But, like, I joined the knitting club, do you know what I mean? I was very, what is the word? I can't remember the word I'm trying to find, but I knew how to use my surroundings correctly. I joined the knitting club, yeah? I had a great time with the TA that used to run it, and there was a few other girls in there that, were kind of in the same boat as me. And then as time goes on, it's like I had an older cousin who was in a couple of years, and she kind of took me under her wing. Wow. And it was great from there.
So you almost had like come up, had your own time, and then you got taken under your wing.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah. Love it.
I was a bit of a tomboy as well back in the day, and I feel like a lot of girls. A tomboy.
Okay.
So like a lot of girls, because it's only just me and my brother. So I had an older brother who was like into like sports, and I would be watching Soccer AM every Saturday morning and stuff. Yeah. So it's like a lot of the girls would be like into makeup already by then, and like boys, and I just wanted to play basketball and get nice trainers. Really,
yeah. That's the life. For you then, at home, what was your relationship with your parents?
I would say that I have a really solid relationship with my mum. Like, I love my mum so much. I think my brother's a lot in this live and he's downstairs with her, but we'll see. But yeah, no, my mum is amazing. Like, she's always supported everything that I've ever thought of wanting to do. Like, it's crazy. It's funny because there's a stigma sometimes attached to like Black parents or like African parents when you're trying to do the creative thing. And I'm not gonna lie, at first it wasn't easy. Like, she wasn't all like hunky-dory. It was very much like, okay, so how are you gonna support yourself, or how is this gonna work out? And even sometimes now I still get them questions, but it's always like, as long as you're happy, that's the most important thing. So yeah.
And I think, as you grow up, you kind of understand the reasoning behind that question.
Yeah.
How are you going to in reality, the translation is, how are you going to be okay? Because I get worried.
Yeah.
I love you. And I just get worried that you won't be able to be in a place where you're happy. And they constantly are trying to see, are you there yet? And I think what stops them worrying is a plan and the rewards of your work.
Yeah. 100%.
A plan. Has that happened to you yet?
Do you know, in life, I ain't got no plans, Even when I was in uni writing essays, plan what? No, I would wing it. I'm reading the book and I'm typing at the same time.
What?
And I feel like it doesn't work for everyone, guys. It doesn't work for everyone, honestly. But in this life, right, I feel like, especially with what I do, there's not really a plan. There's not really a set out path. It's kind of just like, you just got to graft, hard work, take every opportunity that comes your way. And if it makes sense, if this is meant to happen, it'll happen in due time. But I would say that there's definitely like not a plan. I'm literally winging it. I feel like we're all winging it in some way, some capacity. So yeah.
Yeah. You mentioned your mum. What about your father?
He's a little bit more on the very educational route. Yeah. He's actually one of the main reasons why I went to uni, and the first subject I chose to study was because of him as well. That's what he studied. Really and truly, uni I didn't really know what I wanted to study in uni, so I just kind of did what he did. But
what subject was
that? Politics of international relations is what he's done. He's like a professor now. Yeah, he's got like a PhD. That guy likes academics. Yeah. And it's only as of recent, when I do speak to him here and there, it's like, he's kind of he's kind of been like, listen, when I was younger, I wish I kind of followed what I wanted to do. So like, I'm kind of happy that you're doing what you're doing.
Wow, come
Yeah.
on. Love it. See, that source element again, believing in that source and you pursuing that source, it brings them around eventually.
Yeah,
Just so
no,
you've got to stay on that. You just got to stay on that path.
because you have aunties and uncles that are like, Goldie, you working? I'm thinking, honey, my work is not the same as your work, yeah? Okay? Don't worry about that.
I love it. When you're clocking in, I'm going to bed.
Seriously.
How would you say your relationship, if it has, your relationship with your brother, how has that morphed and changed over the years?
I feel like he parties with me now. Do you know what I mean? Like, I catch him at the
Cool.
parties that I be at. He comes to Tiffany Calvin Friends. I'm sure you can probably hear he's going to start shouting at me when I go downstairs. But I feel like, you know, when you get older and stuff like that, and he's also very supportive of everything that I do. So I feel like that kind of like knowing that I have that support system and him also begging it a little bit and partying with me. You know, so I feel like we've definitely grown closer. Years have gone by.
And for you, if you choose, if you choose in the future to have children, are there any elements of your parents that you would take on that you want to definitely imbibe into your parenting skills and into your parenting experience?
Yeah, 100%. Because as much as like I feel like everyone is like, oh, my mum's annoying or my dad's annoying, like really and truly, some of the things that they've done, cool, a little bit, you know, therapy's needed, yeah. But sometimes you have to actually acknowledge that it's built you to be the person that you are. Do you know what I mean? So there's certain aspects of my mum, like my mum is like very like, my mum is not strict, right? But it's like we know boundaries, you know? And it's just that having that respect of like my mum has never like beat me before or nothing. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like it's just having that kind of like understanding and respect for, you know, my mom. I hope my kids also have that. Do you know what I mean? I would never want to lay my hands on my kids and I would never want them to be like afraid of me. My mom always makes it known that like she wants to be like involved and like know what's going on. She wants us to see her as our friend. Do you know what I mean? As well, as much as her mom as well. So I feel like there's little aspects of my mom. She's a little bit of a softie. I do love her though. So yeah, definitely.
They got Mumsy downstairs. And then just before we move on, what the Goldie of starting to go into secondary school, a bit unsure, to the Goldie in 2021, what has changed in you? How have you kind of progressed as a person? What things have you learned along the way?
I would say that like it's very important to like kind of let emotions like pass through. Like don't hold on to things. I think that's what I'm still learning to this day. And also just I feel like, especially as being a black female, I feel like it's very easy to not really see yourself in the spaces that you want to be in. And I think it's important to kind of like kind of shadow those thoughts that come in your mind when you're like, oh, there's no one like me that's doing what I'm doing. And kind of, I used to be very insecure because I'm tall and like, you know, I used to be very lanky, you know, and I feel like it's all about patience. Like life is all about patience. Like even when I first started doing what I'm doing, it's like nobody would want to interview me. Like nobody would book me. And everything's about patience. Like everything's about patience and hard work, literally. Like, and I feel like I used to be a person that's like for instant gratification. Like if I do something, I want to see the results now.
No.
And I feel like I would have told myself, just cool off, you know what I mean? Just take time. So, yeah.
Love it. Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking with Goldie Quaker, and you are, how would you, if you were to, you know when they do that thing, that TED Talk kind of thing, and you describe how would you personally define who you are? Like beyond your titles, how would you present who you are?
I would say I'm a neek, but I'm a lit babe at the same time. Like it could be the two things can be true at once. Okay. I'd say I'm a neek, I'm lit, I'm an experience. I feel like I'm an experience, like, do you know what I mean? And how else would I describe myself? Wow. Yeah, just, you know, a good vibe, a good energy, you know?
Are you conscious of that when you're moving in different spaces to carry that energy, or is that turned on all the time? Is that on all the time? What about the days where
it's like, I would have never ever described myself as somebody like that until like I think it was when I started going to all these events and being in these spaces, and like I would hear the same feedback each and every time. People would be like, "No, Goldie, oh, good vibes," like, "Oh, that Goldie girl, she's good energy," like, or people come up to me and like I remember this babe called Tanya came to me like, and she was like I know we're not friends, but like I just feel like every time I see you, the energy is always consistent. Like you're always a good vibe, a good energy to be
Wow.
around. And since then, it's like it's like sometimes it's hard because it's like I'm an empath. So if I'm around someone who's like
Oh,
feeling a
same, yeah.
type of way, I can
Yeah,
carry that energy.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like I would be reserved. I'm like, okay, you're upset. Okay, this is, you know. So and then I'd meet somebody else would come and be like and feed off that energy and be like, you know, oh, Goldie, you okay? And it's like, yeah, I'm fine. But it's just like the energy around me is like you kind of have to, you know, I absorb it really easily.
Mm.
But yeah, that whole like me being an energy, good energy sort of thing, I just feel like honey is just in the vibe, it's natural, you know.
And I think that's what I talk about when I said, just watching, watching Julie's episodes, I just thought, you know, the vibe. She's just got a vibe, and it's this vibe of I'm on my path doing what I'm trying to do, but I'm here to have a good time, man. I'm here to have a good time while I'm here, and
That's
I love it. That's what's up. Check out the Spotify playlist. Um, you seem to have a love-hate relationship with the gym. Whether you should go, whether you shouldn't go. Today you made it. You was in the lift, you forgot your drink, but you made
I've been
you,
on this gym journey for about 7 years. It's a scam, I'm telling you. It's all now. No, do you know what it is? Recently, but I would say like a couple of months ago, I kind of said like, listen, there's no point of complaining about something if you're not actively trying to change it. Like, and I'm trying to be that person. I'm trying to back my chat. So, I got a PT, started going to the gym. But it is hard, like, because last week I had a lot of work on, so I skipped the gym for like a good week. And everyone says that once you skip the gym for a week, it's like you skipped it for like about 6 months. And I kid you not, they do not lie. It was the hardest session by myself I'd ever been in. Like, it was just terrible. You know, when you just want to sit down and look at yourself, like, what happened? But yeah, no, I'm fully back on it now. Yesterday I went to the gym and I forgot that I had a PT session in the evening, so I had a double session of gym yesterday, and I went today as well. So yeah, no, we're back on the gym train, guys.
and what would you say is your key motivation? What's keeping you going?
um I just feel like this is a personal kind of goal for me. Like, I love myself, but I feel like I could love myself a little bit more if I'm like, you know, I want to be able to wear stuff that I'm comfortable in, and like I don't have to like look at a picture and be like, oh my god, my belly looks big, or like I look like this and I look like that. So I just think once I get to that point of like, yeah, no, I'm happy with the way I look, I'm comfortable in anything I wear, you know, that's the point.
Yeah, yeah. You was on Britain's Got Talent.
Whoa. We ain't never did that before. Why do you see why people don't want to be around you? Why do you act like that? No, I'm joking. Britain's Got Talent. Yeah, I auditioned for Britain's Got Talent
You
actually.
auditioned, okay.
Yeah.
What was you singing?
Huh?
What was you singing?
Broken Hearted Girl by Beyonce.
Take it away.
Don't do that. That's yeah.
What was that experience like for you? Because you said you didn't get all the way through, but if you had got through to like the stages and it,
Thank God I did not.
You didn't.
I said I'm happy I didn't get through to whatever to the final stages or whatever I needed to go, because I just feel like that wasn't for me, you know. But the experience was priceless. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like auditioning for something like Britain's Got Talent, you're in a like an arena with like thousands of people, right? And it's like the dream, like the dream is so like innocent. It's like you think out of those thousands of people that you are the one. Do you know what I mean? When you think about it, yeah, it's like you don't actually get that kind of naivety anymore. Do you know what I mean? It's like you kind of know, like, oh, that's it. But at that age, I was in secondary school and I was like, what? I'm the one that they're looking for. So it was an experience, I'm not going to lie, and I would never trade it for nothing.
Would you have changed your skill? Like if you weren't singing, what would you have done if you weren't singing?
If I wasn't singing, I think I would be acting, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. Maybe it's in the calendar for one of these years that I'm gonna be in a Marvel film, guys. I'm putting it out there.
Come on. Storm. I don't know which one that is, Marvel or the other one. Okay, let's look at, you talked about the knitting club and
Hmm.
Miss Arnold. What was your
Shout out Miss Arnold. I'm looking for Miss Arnold. You know, I
haven't
can't
found her.
find her wherever she is.
She said the most powerful words at one time. She said, "You have a great radio voice." Like just
Yeah.
those words, just that line has like carried you. And I was wondering for you, what did those words mean to you, and how impactful are good teachers, like teachers that can spur people on like that?
At the time when she said it to me, I was thinking, radio? Huh? Who's trying to do that? Not me. I wanted to go to, like, I interned at Channel 4. My cousin used to work at Channel 4. So, like, when everybody was doing their work experience, like, she managed to get me work experience at Channel 4. So at that point, I was like, yeah, I'm going to be on TV, like radio. What's that? And it's just something that there's always some things that people say to you that you keep in the back of your head. Like it's like you forget it at times, but it never really goes. You know what I mean? You sit down and it comes back to your head, and you're like, So when I started to audition like pilot for radio, when I was in uni, we had a radio station. It never ever the dots did not connect, like for me to like try and be on like uni radio or whatever. And when I started piloting and I got it, it was kind of like you kind of have a moment where it's like not imposter syndrome, but imposter syndrome. You're like, oh my god, I'm on radio. How did I get here? And it always played in my head because then people used to say you have a really nice talking voice, that your voice is really nice to listen to. And whenever they'd say it, I'd just be like, oh my god, this woman had told me how many years ago that that's what I was meant to do. It's kind of like she foresaw like what was happening in my
Yeah.
like, you are, miss. I'm looking for you. Big man, I'm trying to find her on Facebook. I can't find her. I'm moving like Joe from You. I cannot find this woman.
Miss Arnold, reach out to us, man. What school was she from?
So so Miss Arnold actually, so the person who actually told me, one of the first people who told me that was Miss Arnold from my primary school, right?
School, that's it.
And then my TA who did the knitting club in secondary school said it as well, but I can't remember. I think her name was like Miss Yolanda or something like that. She's also lit, but I hope she's still around because she was lit.
We got Yolanda. Reela J Sony says, how do you channel the negativity and the failure in life? How did you overcome the obstacles and struggles in life?
Listen, in life, I've realized, right, I have a friend called Makai, right, and she is an influencer, and she's taught me about, like, not that she's purposely taught me, but from watching her journey from so close, like the whole failing in life thing, or like not really getting or achieving or succeeding to the standard that you want to be at in life is so important. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's important to fail. Do you know what I mean, in life? Because then you won't understand once you reach the point that you want to get, you won't really take it in and deep it. So I would say how do I channel it? I'm not really good at speaking about emotions, so I'm not going to lie to you. I can't really answer that honestly, because it's like, if I say, how did I overcome obstacles and struggles in life? It's literally just a mindset of like, we just keep moving. And sometimes that's a very toxic mindset to have, because sometimes a break.
You need to do
Really,
stuff,
it's truly, mental health is important. But every time, like, if something doesn't go my way, I get upset about it. Don't get me wrong. I get upset. Sometimes, shed a 1-2 tear, but we have to understand that time doesn't stop. We keep moving, we keep going. So it's just literally that mindset of like, you got to pack up your bag and keep pushing.
Guys, if you have any more questions, do just put them. If you look at below, there is a question function there, but you can slot them in. Feel free to ask away. Trisha Goddard.
Big up Trisha, really and truly. She's a real G. Trisha is like one of the first black women that I ever saw on TV. She was one of the people, she had a talk show. Do you know what I mean? Where's Trisha now? Why go for Trisha, for real? But no, Trisha was lit. And Angelica from CBBC, I think they were so important for me in terms of representation, seeing people that look like me doing what I aspire to do. And it's so funny because in the moment when you're young, you don't really realize what it's doing for you, what it does for you, until you get to the stage where you can actually really take it in and acknowledge, no, these people were actually the foundation of me understanding I can do this. Like, oh, this is what I want to do. This is achievable. So, yeah.
And you have to, as you swim in that source, you have to understand you're doing that as well.
Word.
To other people. You know what I'm saying? People are looking at you and saying, oh, okay, I can because Goldie has, you know.
Yeah, that was one of the driving forces as well, because it's like, when I was even like at my station, I realized that like I was going to be like the only like fully black woman presenting, and that was a driving force for me to go to the station that I was at, because I was like, okay, no one like me there, no one that looks like me. Let's change it up. And I think it's so important because I still have like girls in my DMs that are like, oh my god, like how did you do it? And I'm not even where I want to be, so it's crazy for me. But definitely one of the reasons is because I want younger girls who look like me, or even if they don't look like me, to be able to be like, wow, Goldie can do it, or girls who are from ends that are not from uptown living, that, you know what I mean, that they're like, Goldie can do it, so I can do it. You know what I mean? That's the goal.
What ends are you from again?
I'm from Southwest London. Woo woo.
South London, you guys just run. I think you run the country.
No, we do. Shout out.
SW. How did you land your spot on Rinse FM?
I'm not gonna lie, like it was crazy. I piloted for Rinse. I was gonna have a pilot for the other radio station that closed down, that we will not mention.
That one, okay.
That same week that all happened, I had a pilot for them, but it didn't happen. Yeah. So I piloted for Foundation FM, Rinse FM, and I was gonna go for Represent as well. Foundation didn't reply to me; they were just not on it. Fair enough. Do you know what I mean? I piloted for Rinse, and I had one lady called Ellie, who's my friend. She doesn't work anymore for radio, and she was like, it's so important to have someone in your corner sometimes. She was like, listen, she's never been on radio, but she's really good. Like, I think that you guys really need to take in her pilot show. And they listened to it, and they invited me back. They were like, listen, we really like you, but it's very apparent that you haven't been on radio before, so you've got to come in and do some, practice pilot shows, basically. So I remember after work, every day, like 4 days a week, you'd catch me in Hoxton, right? Practicing at a radio show that was never going to go out. Like, I'd practice for an hour. Like, I'll go into the studio. People knew me. I didn't have a show there, but people knew me. Do you know what I mean? And it's mad because when you hear people's stories, they're like, yeah, just show up, and you'd be like, what? Shut up, like what? But really and truly, that's what I was doing. And then they gave me a fortnightly show. They were like, yeah, we'll give you a show once every 2 weeks. And I was like, okay, cool, that's fine. They liked me so much, they gave me, like, I think after a month or so, they gave me a weekly show. So I was doing that for a bit. And then I've always went into with the intention of getting the breakfast show. I think intention is so important, guys, yeah. Because I remember I'd tell my producer, I'd be like, listen, I'm coming for the breakfast show. I'm coming to get the breakfast show. You don't think I'm joking? Literally in, like, the first, like, 6 months, I'd say, they were like, we want to offer you the breakfast show.
Jeez.
And I got it, so yeah.
And plug away your show and your slot.
Guys, I'm on radio Monday to Thursday, Rinse FM 106.8, 8 till 10 a.m. That's on period Monday to Friday. Make sure you guys lock in. It's vibely, trust me, each and every time.
What's been the hardest part of being on radio?
The early mornings. Really and truly, the early mornings, yo. I'm fighting for my life. No, early mornings have been the hardest, I would say. But do you know what it is? Once you get into the station, I get to the station, I'm alive. Like, it is what it is. You see me on Instagram shaking a leg, just acting a fool. So I would say definitely the early mornings.
The interviews that you do you know the people sometimes, or sometimes it's the first time you're meeting them there?
So at first, like my first couple of interviews, they were like my friends. So like I had Amelia and Harry Pinero as my first two guests. And I'd met them around a few events and stuff. And they were literally like lovely. Like, I was just like, listen, I really want you to come. Harry was so supportive. He was like, I want you to come on my show. He was like, yeah, sure. Just let me know when. And a lot of the time, a lot of my guests are people that I know, because it's like I'm blessed enough to be in spaces to meet these like really creative, exciting people. But there are some people that I haven't met before that I've interviewed. But yeah, I just feel like, listen, I'm a vibe. You know what I mean? So even if you don't know me, or if you know me, we're gonna have a good time, darling.
Oh, I love it. I love it. You said once, I don't know how to switch off. I don't know how to switch off. And I was wondering, yeah, how do you deal with like work-life balance and deal with the
There's
stress
no
sometimes?
there's no balance. Even when I lay down, I'm thinking of the next move. Y'all think I'm joking? I'm not joking. It's bad. I have to acknowledge that it's bad, because it's like, I could be out with my friends. I'm the type. There's a meme that was going around on the internet, right? Like somebody was in a party and there was one person just standing there, like
Oh,
looks
yeah.
like deep thought. I'm that person. Like I'll be having a good time, and I kid you not, in the space of like 20 seconds, I'm just like, "Be like, you okay?" And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm just like over analyzing everything that I want to be doing. That I think in this moment I could be writing emails. Oh my god, has this person replied to my email?
100, that's me.
What am I gonna do in this next show?
That's
What
me.
do I want to do in this part of life? How am I gonna get to here? But yeah, no, it's not easy, guys. It's not. I don't think I know how to switch off, really and truly. Like even sometimes, like I'm a very like loud person. I'm not really loud, you know, part time. I would say that I'm very, what you see on Hair on Radio, what you see on like Julie, that's me with my friends more time. But there's sometimes like if I'm like feeling, if I'm upset about something, because as much as I'm like that, I'm also human. And there are days when I do feel upset, and I'm feeling upset and I'm feeling sad, and like my friends notice and they're like, you okay? It's like you can't hide it. Do you know what I mean? So it's like sometimes because you don't want people to worry too much, you don't turn it off, you know? Yeah.
Damn. Wow.
That got real deep real quick, guys. I'm so sorry.
That's deep. You don't turn it off. So what forces it to turn off? Does it have to be that much of a stress or a weight on you?
Everybody is like, I need to relax, otherwise I'm going to burn out. But do you know what it is? It's like there are friends. I feel like there's always a few friends, right, that hit you up and they're like, are you okay? What's going on? You know what I mean? And sometimes that is that, are you okay? That from that one person that really shakes the table and you're like, girl, I'm going through it, you know? So yeah.
I like that. Who do you therefore go to for inspiration or for like mentorship? Who are the people that you're like, wherever you're going, take me, because I want to learn.
At first, before I even got into radio, I was doing like tour management stuff, and I was following Tiffany around a lot of the time. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I wanted to be in a space, she'd be the one to be like, yeah, don't worry, we got this sort of vibe. And then obviously as I've like developed and grown, there's been like loads of people. For example, Julie, love Julie so much. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the crazy. I don't even know how that even came about, but like, one of the first ever like encounters that we had like personally, when she invited me out to eat, she sat me down and she's like, okay, so what's the plan? What are you gonna do? How are you gonna get there? Why are you doing this? Why am I doing that? Do you know what I mean? And she constantly also you know, be like, oh, hold me accountable for things. But I have a lot of people who do that for me as well. But it's like, you just met me. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you just met me and you were here. And I just, you know what I mean? There's just certain people that is like that. I feel like you meet them for a reason. And yeah, I definitely think she's one of them. Also, I have a friend called Fahia, and she also gives me advice in terms of like, you know, if I'm like, oh my God, do you think that this is a good idea for like brands? Because she does she does consultancy. So she like links like people, brands, right? And I'm like, what do you think of this? And she would always give me like the right advice. It could be a random situation. But she also she shows up for me 100%. Yeah.
And I think those people speaking into your life is indicative of what they see. Like, so for Julie to say that to you on, you know, point blank, is because she's like, you're not going to mess this up.
Yeah.
I would not let you mess this up.
It's even crazy because just going back to the whole kind of like people who are and holding me accountable. Julie, one time, right, me saying not how I don't have a plan. So if you guys are just joining, I was like, I don't really have a plan. I'm winging this life thing, right? And Julie sat me down and she was like, so how are you going to do this? And one of the questions, I just was like, I don't know, I'm just going to do it. And she said to me, she's like, you don't want this. You're not serious about this. And you know when somebody says that to you, you know you want. You know what I'm serious about. That will drive you to the end. Did you know that day when I got home, guys? I got Excel spreadsheet up. I was planning who I'm gonna email, what brands I want to work with, and I came back. The next time I had a meeting with her, I came back with. I said, yeah, look, and I had to, and I was like, because you said that comment, yeah,
Sure.
I just had to let you know how serious I am. But then again, I told her, like, I spoke to her on the phone, and I was like, listen, nobody's ever drawn me out like that before, like ever. So I appreciate you for doing that. In the moment, yeah, it might have burnt a little bit, but looking back, sometimes you need those people who can pull you up and be like, nah. So yeah.
Love that. Love it. Yes, actually, you've kind of said it now, but you've talked about the village and the importance of having a village around you and helping you get to where you want to get to. And I guess you've mentioned in those people, that is where your village is. And for people that are watching or listening, how do you find those? Can you find those people, or do those people just come along in your journey?
I would say, yeah, like you make your village like along the way in life, and it like there's never one moment where you're gonna get like a bunch of people that like this is my peoples, you know. When I went to uni, like I have people, Richard and Leah, they're like my family. Do you know what I mean? I didn't know these brothers from nowhere, really and truly, but they are also part of my village. There was times when I remember when I left uni, right, and some of my friends were out here. I went to a Russell Group uni, a very good uni. People had left uni making 50K a year. And when I think about it, yeah, I can laugh now, but back then I was crying, okay, because my friends would be inviting me out, right, and I couldn't afford to be going out and eating. But my friends, people like Richard and they will be like, you know, sometimes it's like when it comes to finances, it's very taboo. Sometimes people don't want to talk about it, but I would even have to ask, and the bill was covered for me. Do you know what I mean? And then when I'm translating now into an industry like this, it's like I have people who were like, for example, like putting my name in spaces that I'm not in, I haven't been, or people just making sure that I'm okay. It's like you find people around you that help you in different like aspects of life. Like I've had friends that I've had from like secondary school, from uni, from the industry, my cousins that are part of my village and are very integral in me being who I am. So yeah, I'm just gonna say, like, when it comes to village, guys, you need to be building new houses because the village expands at each level you get to.
True.
So, yeah.
That's true. That's
Well,
so
Goldie,
true.
you got some smart lines today. What you?
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. You're a DJ.
Yeah.
And just looking at your clips, I see that you're actually a DJ.
Shout out Tiffany.
We got Tiffany. You actually DJ, like
Yeah.
you mix.
Yeah.
Please, could you, for the people watching and the people that are going to watch this, break down the art of mixing, because we've come a long way from technology where some people just pressing buttons, but for you, tell me the art. What is the art to actually being a good, thriving DJ?
You know what it is? I have to acknowledge when I was in uni, all the DJs I listened to, DJ Jukes, DJ Tanner, Vista VI, all them uni raves that you guys used to go to, right? And you'd listen to the mixes. Those are people who like, it's so, you don't deep it when you're listening to a mix, yeah, but like I would listen to a song now and I can hear another song that will go into it. And this is all just because of like mixes and experiences that I've had and I've listened to. So I think I have to obviously give them people their flowers and their props as well. But I would say the art list is like, you just have to be able to catch a beat. Do you know what I mean? Once you can catch a beat, the technicalities of like turning a bass down and turning, putting a filter on and stuff like that can come after. But once you can catch a beat and match a beat with another song, or like get the little bits of like a unique song. For example, this is gonna sound like my first mix that I got really gassed off, right, was like Migos like Lead the Wave, right, and it was like Young Thug Surf. So obviously in perspective those two make sense, and the two sayings surf and lead the wave, right? So it's all that lead the wave, and I just put surf in between. Lead the wave, surf. It's in my head. I thought, raw Goldie, what? Like crazy. Do you know what I mean? But it's little things like that. It's like if you can think about the extra things, guys. I'm not the best DJ out there. Do you know what I mean? I have to be honest. But I would say that is what really like gets me into like mixing, just like thinking of songs. I'm like, that makes sense. That would go together. Like that's lit. That would sound great. Or like a lot of it is about reading the crowd as well, innit? You know the crowd that you're DJing for. If it's a crowd that's come to look at pictures, you're not going to be playing yes, yes, yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's all about stuff like that. Just really think about it. Think about it. You know.
Have you ever dropped something you thought in your head made sense, but on the dance floor it just didn't connect?
Yeah, Tiffany Calvin Friends was one of the recent things that I just did, right? And I did one mix, and the mix wasn't mixing. I was so, and you know what's bad? When I'm embarrassed, right? Yeah, it's like I get tense and I get hot because I'm like, people are listening to this. And everyone's like, if you look at your face like you're messing up, everyone's gonna know. But listen, I can't hide nothing on my face in it. So everyone probably was looking at me like, okay. But yeah, it was like I can't even remember the mix, but it wasn't working. But we moved. Like I said, we moved, and I moved in that situation.
Just rounding up for you, like you said, you're on your ascent and you're on your journey to where you want to go to.
Yeah.
But why would you say you are here? What is Goldie here to do on this earth that you've gathered so far?
That I've gathered so far, I would feel like it's to be a light. You know, somebody. I used to do this thing called Self-Love Sundays with Julie, Tolly, and our friend Delilah. And it was like every Sunday we'd sit down and we would like say something about we love about ourselves and what we love about each other, right? And one of the things that like everybody said to me at one point was like, I'm a light. Like they feel like when they see me, like they're drawn to me. So I feel like part of me being here is to be a light to other people as well, especially other people who they want to kind of go against the norm of like, you know, living a normal, you know, doing a normal 9 to 5 or like following the status quo. Just kind of being a light to be like, okay, cool, I've seen somebody who's done that. Or I've seen Goldie, she's done that before. Do you know what I mean? And like just being that peace of mind to people to know that they can also do it as well. And yeah, just I would also say I'm hoping to be kind of like an example of someone who is carefree and just themselves at each and every moment, not really caring about what everybody has to say. Because I feel like as humans, we're so wrapped up with social media, like, oh my God, are people going to think I'm unique if I post this? Are people going to think I'm this if I post this? Or are people going to view me this way? And I'm like that sometimes, I have to be honest. And there are moments when I'm also like that as well. But I think it's important for us to kind of be like, listen, you have to just be you. Do you know what I mean? GC style. Like Gemma Collins would say, you just got to be you, honestly. And I feel like that is just one of the things that I'm here to be on earth for. It's just like to show people that you can be yourself and be loved and be happy and be comfortable and also be a light.
Come on. Love it. TED Talk. Done. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. I know you said you're nervous, but it just flows through the tongue, off your tongue, golden.
I have rambling too much.
Please, if you're going to ramble anyway, might as well ramble here. But no, look, we wish you all the best, man. And like I said, the reason I wanted to talk with you is because I think I see what Miss Arnold saw. I think I see what Julie saw, what Tiffany sees. What everyone is seeing, I see it as well, man. And you're going to be amazing. Like, you're going to be household name. Do you know what I'm saying?
Don't do that.
So just keep going. There will be times when you're just like, this is long. But it's only long now. Because when you're at the Mount Everest, you'll look back and be like, right, it was long. But look at where we are. Do you know what I'm saying? And like you said, I've got my daughter, 2 years old, 10 years from now, do you know what I'm saying? She needs to see people like you, people like the people you've mentioned. She needs to be able to look and say, oh, this is the standard. These are not the first black radio presenters or the first black female DJs. This is just how it's been. And the more of you that get into those positions, you're actually helping my daughter, because she's going to come up to a place where it's like, she doesn't even think, am I allowed in those spaces? No, she knows. You know what I'm saying? So please shout out to what you're doing. keep doing what you're doing, and we're just gonna be supporting. So anytime you're posting, if you do need any extra help with anything, the sit down as a whole will be there to support and just back you.
Make my heart feel all warm and fuzzy. Oh my
Good,
God.
good. But it's all love, man. It's all love. Thank you for today, man.
No, thank you for having me.
No worries at all. Guys, thank you so much for joining us for 21 Questions with Goldie Quaker. Geez, what can I say? Let me know in the comment section how you found it. Just put some diamond emojis. That's all I want to see in the place. You know what I'm saying? Jewels were dropped. But yeah, we do this every Thursday, 9 p.m., 21 Questions. Next week we have, I can't remember who we have, but we have someone. But if you want to check out season 1, and you want to check out season 2, we've had Zizi Mills, William Adewasi, Irene Agbontan, Velman Simmons, Dior Badioka, so many people, man. Check out season 1, check out season 2 by going to our IGTV platform or click on the link. You can check it all out on our YouTube channel. On the 30th of November, we're going to be having our live event. Boy, that's why my beard is bearding, because behind the scenes, man, is just, I just want it to be really, really good for y'all. If you haven't got your ticket, I'm sorry. It's not my fault. But please, if you want to come still, click the link in our bio, and there is the booking tickets. There's a waiting list. If any tickets free up, we're gonna hit you up. But next year we're planning next year at the moment as well. Live events, everything for y'all, for the people. So please follow us if you haven't ever heard of us, and we'll see you next Thursday, 9 p.m. Peace.
Bye.